Bobby. 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 What is up, people? It is the Monday Night Special, the review show with yours truly, Talitha Kume, and my baby Big Bobby B, brought to you by Food for the Soul Media Group here on Vegas Hype Media on Fremont Street. Shout out to Quan keeping us live on FB, YouTube, and the Mixler app at Vegas Hype Media, and we are live on our FB page as well, you guys. So basically, we've got a lot of stuff to say about a lot of stuff. Some stuff you may want to get on, some stuff you may not give a damn about, some stuff you may not know about, but we are talking about it on the Monday Night Special, the review. And our disclaimer, as always, these are our opinions, not fact, just our opinions. And if you want to weigh in, feel free to comment on our page at Food for the Soul Media Group on FB, or if you're tuning in on Vegas Hype Media, leave us a comment on the YouTube station. So first, before I ask you how your week was, babe, I just want to shout out Michael. Is it K? Michael K. Williams?
Yeah.
Is that his middle name? A shout out to his family in his loss, because that was really difficult to hear this morning.
Yeah, that was
Golly.
rough, man.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say shout out to him. His family rather. So how has your week been?
My weekend was cool.
Your week and your weekend. So let's
We
talk
mean
about
like last week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
I mean,
past
it's weird
week.
saying that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
This
Because
past
it's so
week.
Monday and it feels
Yeah.
like it's Friday sometimes.
So
But it's been pretty good.
Was it
Yeah.
pretty good?
I didn't have a whole lot going on, but it was pretty productive.
Okay.
Yeah. How was your week and
Um,
weekend?
you know what? My week was good because I was looking forward to getting off early on Friday, and then and then this past 3-day weekend. So I was hype about it. My week was pretty busy, going into schools and different things like that. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, yeah, you did do a
'Cause
lot of that. We
because
did do that last week.
yeah,
A lot of
went into some schools and
dropping off.
everything, and talked to some people with my job that I have, and then this past weekend we had a busy weekend.
Yeah, we did.
We actually were able to I was able to actually bless some people with an opportunity to go see the Broadway in the Hood's premiere of Annie. It was a free show at the West
Oh,
Las Vegas
yes.
Library. We tried to go and didn't realize that Vegas people go out to stuff pretty doggone early.
Yeah.
And
we were
yeah,
there
and
an
we
hour and a half, 2 hours early.
you know what I'm saying? And we thought we were
Still
doing
200
something.
people in line.
Yeah, we thought we were doing something. And so we didn't get a chance to see the show because the line was like around the corner, and the
Yeah.
theater only seated 200 and
You said it
something
was
people.
183, right?
No, 283 or 289 or somewhere around
Oh,
there.
that's
So
big.
yeah, so we weren't able to. I mean, when I asked you, I said, well, what should we say? It was like almost 200 some people in line already. So they had to have gotten there at like 4 or 5 or whatever time. It was crazy, and people were just coming. So we
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to see that, but shout out to to them. I hope that the show went really well. And then we got a chance to go see Shaka Khan. So our first
Yes.
concert together outside at the Craig Ranch amphitheater.
Yeah.
And it was cool, you guys. We
There's a
had a
lot of
really good
people.
time. Yeah, we had a good time. At first, you were all like, well, it's just not a lot of people. And I'm like, just wait.
But we got there
Just
early
wait.
too.
Yeah, we got there early because we were trying to make sure that was the next day. Like, okay, we're
Yeah.
not going to get caught out like we did yesterday. We're going to make sure we get here early
You know what's
enough to get
crazy?
in.
That was just yesterday. That play felt like it was like 3 or 4 days ago that we tried to go to.
Yeah, the play was Saturday.
Yesterday was long.
Yeah, yesterday was really long. It was a long Sunday.
What?
Long Sunday. But we went and we saw Shaka Khan, and she was amazing. She looked good.
Yeah.
SWV was there.
Yep.
They looked good and sounded good. Tom Brown
Yep.
sounded great, man. So we had a
Yeah.
really, really good time. It was a really good experience to see a lot of us folk come together and just chill and have a good time, man. And them ladies out there, was they not grooving?
Oh, that was grooving.
I mean, I could have got out there and done a little something with them, but I'm so hip hoppy. I think that I probably would have looked stupid compared to how they was gigging.
Nah, you would have done more hip hoppy looking stuff. They're doing like some, you know,
Yeah, the old
yeah,
school,
yeah.
old school auntie grandma type dancing. Yeah, so I probably would
Wow.
have did something a little bit different. But
Yeah.
it was fun. We had a really, really good time. So that's how our weekend was.
Yeah, but
So-
speaking of that, you know, events are cool, man, and I like
Lord.
I appreciate you as an event planner
Mhm.
and an organizer. Or what was I trying to say?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people miss this. Why do they feel like they need to put like halfway decent dancing little kids in between the set,
I
in
don't-
between sets? That stuff is annoying. Stop doing that shit.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Nobody wants to see half-witted praise dancers
They weren't praised.
or whatever they were, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the kids did okay. Don't get me wrong, but they would have done better in like a talent show setting and
Yeah.
not in between. Because why do people do this?
I don't know.
I think just letting the DJ do his thing
Yeah.
during that 5 to 10 minutes is
Yeah.
just enough. We
Yeah.
don't need to give other people more slots to do things.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
or they could have done that outside the little the food trucks.
Yeah.
You know, just been out there like waving signs
Yeah.
and doing their praise dance thing with signs. Come over here and check out these elotes. Come over here and get you a margarita. You know what I'm saying? It would have been great.
Are you just going to
Yeah.
Okay.
They kept repeating the same. What was that one they kept doing?
I don't know what dance they were doing, but it was just not.
I was like, stop today. Yeah.
So I know that you wanted to talk about that, and then you wanted to talk
The
about
Zip
something else. So
Recruiter commercial that we had to
Yes.
repeat.
yes,
Was that yesterday or today?
it was today.
Oh, well, today felt like another whole day before we got here today, too. Like
was
a whole
today. It was-
24 hours.
It was today when we were eating breakfast.
Man, so this Zip Recruiter commercial, was too many R's, showed this fella baking these beautiful cookies.
Yeah.
And he was like pulling them out the oven, talking about, you know, I'm applying for these jobs. These little things was popping up on the screen from Zip Recruiter.
Right.
And they were like, he was like, and I finally, he said something like, this has been stressful looking
Yeah.
for a job.
Yeah.
So during this time, I've been baking.
yes.
And he got a job. He's like, I hope my suit still fits. And he zoomed out and showed him with all these beautiful cookies. And I'm like,
right.
what kind of job are you about to go do?
Right.
Does it involve selling these beautiful ass cookies?
Yeah.
Because if not, then what did you learn to make all these pretty cookies for?
Yeah.
And I felt like the commercial was deliberately saying, give up on your dreams and your hopes and your ideas and your plans to do things on your own and take your behind to work for whoever ZipRecruiter says.
Yeah.
That's what I felt when I saw it. We rewinded 3 times and it
Yeah,
looked
we
just
did.
like that.
Because I was trying to figure out what your angle was and what you were so upset about. Because you really looked. You was like, what did that just
Yeah,
say?
it wasn't an
And I'm like-
encouraging commercial for anybody who's doing their own thing at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But it was crazy because it showed him doing his own thing.
Doing his own
But
thing
he
and then
was
giving
doing-
up
right,
to see if his suit fit.
Well, he was doing his own thing probably because, you know, what happened with the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
So he was doing that and found probably, oh man, I can bake a little bit.
Yeah.
And so they were some pretty cookies. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it or not, but yeah. And then he goes at the end, says, yeah, I got a job.
And
Like
it's
what?
crazy because like the dude's crib looked laid. Like if they
Mhm.
wanted to make this commercial like more, you need to go do whatever ZipRecruiter says.
Yeah.
They probably should have gave him like one, you know, regular looking apartment, like the brown wood counters and
Right.
like,
And they should have
You
had
know.
him, and they should have had him failing
Yeah,
on making the
yeah,
cookies
like,
or failing on
right.
doing
You
something
know what I'm saying?
that shows, okay, hey, you need to go back to work because what you're trying to do is
Yeah,
not working for you.
right.
But yeah, you're
but he
right.
did say in there a couple times that a couple jobs reached out to him or a couple places,
Mhm.
companies reached out to him.
Yeah.
So maybe they were reaching out to him to buy his cookies.
Maybe so.
Let's just hope for the best.
I don't know, but I get it. I totally understand. That's the world that we are in right now. I have a whole lot of reading, you guys,
Boy.
and so yeah, our content is really reading heavy. So pray for us
Man.
right now, Lord Jesus. Okay, so anyway, so the first article I found, I wanted to talk about this because it was interesting to me.
Yeah.
And it was talking about black men executed in 1951 rape granted posthumous pardons, right? And so this is Richmond, Virginia, and the governor Ralph Northam granted I don't even know how to pronounce that, posthumous pardons Tuesday to 7 black men who were executed in 1951 for the rape of a white woman in a case that attracted pleas for mercy from around the world and in recent years has been denounced as an example of racial disparity in the use of the death penalty. So Northam announced the pardons after meeting with about a dozen descendants of the men and their advocates. Cries and sobs could be heard from some of the descendants after Northam's announcement. So basically, these young guys, they were called the Martinsville Seven. I'm sorry, as they became known, were all convicted of raping the 32-year-old Ruby Stroud Floyd, a white woman who had gone to a predominantly black neighborhood in Martinsville, Virginia on January 8th, 1949 to collect some money for clothes that she had sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 of the men were executed in Virginia's electric chair on February the 2nd, 1951. So January the 8th, 1949, on February 2nd, 1951, 4 of those men were executed. 3 days later, the remaining 3 were also executed, and all of them were tried by all white juries, and it was the largest group of people executed for a single victim crime in Virginia's history. So at the time, they said rape was a capital offense, and that the death penalty was that for rape.
Mm-hmm.
But it said that in that span from 1908 to about 1951, the state shows that most of the people that were executed were black people.
So they were all, their families got granted this posthumous.
Yes, to say that it didn't show that they were guilty or innocent, but what it showed was the fact that they didn't receive due process because they got convicted and then executed within a year. And then the article went on to say that the boys were in their early 20s. Their parents were not around when they questioned them and different things like that.
Yeah.
And so they pretty much got the short end of the stick. So I just thought this was interesting that after all of these years, you say, "Oh, hey, well maybe we were wrong, or maybe we effed up,
Where's
or
Ruby
whatever."
at? Whatever happened with Ruby?
I don't know. It didn't say anything about her, or what happened to her and whether she lied or something like that or whatever. But I put on here in my notes that it sounded like When They See Us, the Central Park jogger case that they did the movie on that happened in 1989. So it's like this happened in the 50s, and now we're continuing on. I'm sure there's so many other cases like this that we don't even hear about. And this was just crazy to me, how our government has been screwed up, has been jacked up to me.
Yeah.
Has been. Have they changed?
No, and this is sad because I'm looking at it like just statistically.
Yeah.
Or because of the time of the season,
Yeah.
1950s.
Yeah.
Okay. This is before like major steroids and food and all the endorphins and all the stuff that they're putting in there to kind of mute people.
Uh-huh.
This is before all of that. Now, how would this woman, I've seen enough TV and movies. I don't know how any woman can withstand being raped by 7 dudes. That just sounds outrageous. And
Yeah.
then in the 50s, maybe now when people's stamina's lower,
Yeah.
everybody's
maybe.
eating on Taco Bell and stuff, so don't nobody have that kind of drive. Ain't nobody having 10 kids like our grandparents was doing back then.
Right.
So them cats was like bang horses.
Yeah.
So how in the world? That just sounds like a bunch of
Right.
cockamamie.
So like she was able to live.
Yeah, and just
To
tell
even
her
tell
story.
the
I was raped by
story.
7 black guys
Yeah.
in the 50s.
Yeah.
Girl, boo.
I agree.
That's
I
sad.
I just thought it was
Can
interesting.
you imagine
and
if there was camera phones
I think it's sad. Yeah.
back then? There would be none of this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's on me,
Yeah.
and so it has begun. That's me? Oh,
So it is.
Lord. Just found one of my homeboys wasn't listening and called himself walking into an establishment with a gun on his hip thinking it was all good. Then called himself arguing with the management down about the new law. But clearly there was a 30.07 sign in front. Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Guess who was ultimately hemmed up and taken off for trespassing? To make it even worse, he had a whole Uncle Mike's soft IWB holster at 3 o'clock, but had his shirt tucked in. I'm truly embarrassed that this has happened to one of my guys, but he will learn the tough way. Okay. I told him a while back, but he swore he was going to wait until the law changed. No need to pay for something like that if it's unnecessary, because he's going to wait for the law to change where he didn't need it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Police are looking for an opportunity to get out there, to get you out here. Walked right into a trap. Go get understanding. it's not to do whatever you want to do without thinking rule. People have to understand this. It has already started, and I knew it would. Wouldn't take long. Expect to see much more of this.
Right.
This was just hard for me to understand because a lot of it was, what was this that you found here? Was this a personal post?
Yes.
And he's just saying that his buddy had his holster out and the shirt tucked in and he misread the law?
Yes.
Okay.
It was an FB post
Uh-huh.
about the gun laws in Texas that just changed.
Right.
So the reason why I had you read that is because
See, I didn't read up on any of the laws and how they changed. I just knew that people were saying that they didn't have to take classes anymore.
I got the law right here, but I'm saying that FB post was important to talk about.
Yeah.
Because it has begun already. So you have people out here, that law has passed, that you can open carry in Texas without a license.
Right.
Period. And you don't have to have any training to carry in Texas. So that post right there was about some gentleman who went out, thought he was big and bad, had his, gun in his little hip and everything, and went to an establishment where they were like, there's no, you can't carry in here. You can't have your firearm in here.
Right.
And so he's arguing with them saying, no, but the law said, but he didn't read all of the law.
He didn't understand that it's certain places, so he's probably walking into like a 51%, like a bar or some junk, thinking he could just do that.
Yeah.
You're not a law enforcement, you're not a PPO, you're not hired by the establishment to walk in with a firearm.
And he got arrested.
Yeah, his ass deserves it.
And so, but what it's saying though is that we need to make sure we get understanding, because although this law has passed, is it going to be more racial profiling on the fact that if black people are out carrying their, open carrying their guns, are they going to start getting profiled now?
At this point, now it's just everything is just ignorance, and it's your fault. Because everybody has the opportunity to learn everything they need to learn about everything. There's something to learn something about. There's no more excuses. Nobody's living in, we're in the mountains, but nobody's living in caves.
Okay.
With no access to stuff.
Okay. So I'm
saying if you want to do something, then you should be, everybody, if something you want to do, you can get the education in that.
Okay.
Anybody can get the education in anything they want to do. So if you want to walk around with a pistol on your hip, showing everybody, that I got this. That's all I mean last week. I sent it to you. The dude had a big ass gun on his hip and it said how Texans are going to be walking around after this law change. If you want to do that, then yeah, like it says, get education. And
so I just decided to look it up because I'm not educated on it. We're not in Texas anymore. Yeah. And so it said the House Bill 1927 eliminates the requirement for Texas residents to obtain a license to carry handguns if they're not prohibited by state or federal law from possessing a gun. Right. So all those that are prohibited, don't think y'all can go out there carrying guns, because this clearly says that you can't.
So they're just going to heighten up the
Texans can now carry handguns without a license or training starting September the 1st, after Governor Greg Abbott signed the permitless carry bill into law. The compromise lawmakers reached behind closed doors kept intact a number of changes the Senate made to the House bill, including striking a provision that would have barred officers from questioning people based only on their possession of the handgun. The deal also preserves a Senate amendment enhancing the criminal penalties for felons and family violence offenders caught carrying. Among other Senate changes that made it into the law was a requirement that the Texas Department of Public Safety offer a free online course on gun safety. So, before the permitless carry law was signed, Texans generally needed to be licensed to carry handguns openly or concealed. Applicants had to submit fingerprints, complete 4 to 6 hours of training, pass a written exam, and a shooting proficiency test. Texas does not require a license to openly carry a rifle in public either.
Never
so
has.
This was was crazy to me. And what I was saying, and the reason why I wanted to talk about it, was because we have friends, and I want to shout them out. Miss Kim, want to shout you out. She's at Lethal Encounter, 469-288-1546. I'm sorry, 469-288-1546. She is in Dallas, Texas, in Arlington to be exact. Yep. If you want to learn what you're supposed to learn. So although this clearly is kind of like, although you have a right to do it, should you do it?
Right.
That's kind of where I'm going with this. Although you have a right to do it, should you do it that way? You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like it's cutting into her business. Our boy AJ Jeffrey at Triggered Response at www.triggeredresponsetraining.com also trains and trains you how to shoot, about the gun laws, concealed licenses. You're able to get that from those two people, and that with the having to offer the free online course on gun safety and all that, I think that's going to cut into their business.
Is AJ contracted with the government in
Um,
teaching those courses?
I don't know if he's contracted with the government. I believe that Kim may be. I think she's an NRA certified now.
Right.
Yeah. So she might.
What is what is Abbott doing, man? Because he seems like he's making a lot of inconsistent decisions.
I don't know.
So now you can't, after 6 weeks, is it 6 weeks on the abortion thing?
Yeah. So the abortion thing, you can't get an abortion after 6 weeks, but you can open carry a gun. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't.
It's still not legal to be a man. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go abort your kid and like that dude screaming all outside, I wouldn't be able to say nothing.
Yeah.
As a man.
Yeah.
Just has to happen.
Well, you would think though, Texas is such a good old boy type of a state to me. Why would it? Why would they not?
Strange.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shifty stuff going on.
It's weird.
Yeah, but here's one that's for you, man. And this was weird to me, but I understand it.
Okay.
Housing Authority sends Kodak Black a cease and desist for giving away AC units. The rapper purchased 100 AC units in July for residents living in the Golden Acres projects in his hometown of Pompano Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
Teaming up with Frankie Peer, who runs
Philanthropic
work outreach.
Philanthropic.
Kodak Black spends about $12,000 on units and went door to door, handing them out himself to residents. Despite his good intentions, the Pompano Beach authorities has issued the rapper, had issues with the rapper's generosity and sent him a cease and desist letter in August, accusing him of entering the property twice, and disturbing. And he also said that he filmed a music video there before, which caused a disturbance. And this is according to TMZ.
Yeah.
At the time, Kodak Black posted his experience on Instagram, saying that people were barely getting by in the midst of the pandemic. So they went out there passing AC units, installing them themselves. We do this for the projects. We do it for the projects. The people relying on just enough cash to survive. We'll get you all ACs, man. You out here. We out here. That's what he said. That was his quote.
Yeah.
So,
what'd you think about that?
I think that it's a pretty shitty situation.
Why?
Because they see a young brother with money. They did the same thing to Meek Mill when he's giving out all them coats.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Are you just allowed to get money just to spend it on foolishness? Because it seems like as soon as somebody wants to give back, it's a problem. Like whenever you and I were my brother and I were feeding the homeless on Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't have a permit, but we're buying a bunch of big food and cooking and feeding the homeless, and they shut us down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't you just give?
I don't know. But what about the rappers? You said you were going to say something about the rappers. Was that it?
Yeah, I don't. I think that society allows rappers just to rap to continue to say stupid stuff to hold people down. But whenever it comes up to actually doing something with what you've gained, you're not allowed to do it. It's not right.
So you think that there are a lot of rappers out here who are trying to better themselves, or more rappers that are consistently giving our communities a bad name?
No, I
Which
believe
one?
rappers are trying to better themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But when rappers like him come about trying to better their community,
Yeah.
it's not cool. You can do all you want to do for you, but not for other people.
Yeah. I thought that was really shady how they did that. I mean, if he's wanting to gift this community with AC units, then you shouldn't have a problem with it. You should really be thanking him.
Right.
Because he's actually making your residents' lives better.
And making it
If
easier
you
for
can't-
y'all. Y'all don't have
yeah.
to go spend that $13,000
Right.
on AC units.
Right. If you can't afford it and
Right.
he could afford it, then what's the problem? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they said he was filming a video, but the his manager said that he wasn't filming a video. He was filming himself.
He wasn't filming the
Get
video this
yeah.
time, but he filmed the video there before.
No, they said before earlier that day that he was filming. That's what it said in the article, the whole article, because I
Okay.
just took snippets of it, that he had came in to film a video or something like that. And he was like, no, he was actually filming himself, giving out the stuff or whatever. And I guess it was music playing in the background or something, but it wasn't a video. Like it wasn't a full on.
A lot of people
Shoot.
probably was loud. They're just probably looking for a reason
Yeah.
to, tone down some of that.
And so, yeah, I thought that was whack, but shout out to Kodak if he did do that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool to at least, and being that there was some place that he was before where he lived before, it looked like he said he was from there, just going back to his community saying, hey, y'all, I see y'all and I remember y'all. You know
Do you
what I'm
think this is like maybe a sign? Like once you get out of the dungeon,
Don't go back.
stay your ass out the dungeon, man. You figured out a way. I mean, it's not beating people up, but I mean, you figured out a way out. It's not
Yeah.
your job to help everybody else figure out a way to drink, man. You just got to move on.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have silently done that instead of trying to be
You
as
know
loud
what?
and boisterous.
And I was just thinking about that. Silently may have been a good plan, but sometimes, just like you and I both know, sometimes giving silently, you don't know where your money's going.
But if you
and
give
that's
silently
kind of
directly to who
hard.
you're giving to, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, like if he was giving them AC units, he could have. He knew the place. He could have
So
reached
maybe he
out to the
could-
management of the apartment complex.
Uh-huh.
Like anybody else who's a philanthropist.
Mhm.
Reach out to them, let them know what he's about to do, so that way they can feel good about themselves, tie
Right.
themselves in some way.
Right.
Let them get on a mic and announce what they're doing. Any big show does it,
Okay.
and that's what he could have done. And he wouldn't have had no problems with authorities because they would have felt like they were included.
Okay.
But they didn't
Maybe
feel
so.
included. They felt,
Yeah.
like he was over his head. And now he's going to try to buy this apartment complex. And next he's going to make sure I'm fired. I don't have a job. All of that stuff is what they probably were thinking
Yeah.
because he spent $13,000 on AC units without telling nobody and just did it.
That's a cool way to think about it.
Yeah.
But
he probably
sometimes that doesn't always work. Sometimes
should've. That would have worked in this.
including the establishment sometimes doesn't work in your favor, because it's kind of like even if I did it, and it's nothing wrong with wanting to be appreciated for doing something. So I see no problem with if I give something and I want to let everybody know that I did it and it's from me.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's a problem always.
Man, I worked at this high-end hotel in Dallas for like 8 years. And the biggest clients that came in never used their real name on the dockets.
Mhm.
So we would have like when Jay-Z would come in, we use a
Yeah.
whole alias.
Yeah.
And then a lot of those people would leave gifts, but it would be under an alias.
Uh-huh.
If he would have went into the apartment complex like under an alias or just saying that like the food programs.
Yeah.
They're not turning down none of them sandwiches and chips whenever they say they want to bring food programs to the boys and girls of the apartments. They're not turning that down because they went to them first.
Right.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he could have saved all that embarrassment,
maybe.
but he wanted to be loud about his giving.
Yeah.
That's why he got busted up about it.
I can agree with that, but like I said, I don't think it's anything wrong with, wanting or patting yourself on the back if you want to do something for somebody. Not all the time, but I don't. But next I want to talk about a scam that's targeting Bank of America Zelle users, stealing thousands through the mobile app payment, and that was important to me. Because I just want to help people. So whenever I see something that I can pull somebody's coattail on, I'm always going to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And so this new scam, a new Bank of America and Zelle scam, targets users making mobile payments costing them thousands of dollars. A customer received a text saying that it was their bank, Bank of America, verifying a purchase. When she answered no, she got a call from someone saying that they were a Bank of America representative asking questions that made it sound real. Then they were told that there was so it was a woman. She was told that that there was a 33,500 Zelle withdrawal from her Bank of America account, which was pending, and all she had to do was transfer the money back to her account through Zelle to reverse it. And so after she did that, the money disappeared. Even though the Zelle transaction had her information, another strange name appeared underneath it, making it look like someone took over her Zelle account. And so she said, sending it to herself, she thought that it would clearly get to her, but it didn't go to her. And the same thing happened to another customer who also lost $3,500. The customer said the phone number was made to look like a real Bank of America phone number. The fraudsters even used the same hold music as Bank of America. The same hold music.
Man, you can
But
pretty much record that same whack ass music on your phone and play it back, and it sounds exactly the same.
and
So I can get that.
and
These
so
people are good.
they said the scammers were impersonating banks with texts and phone numbers using cheap software that routes
Wow.
the call through a specific cell or landline number. Experts say the attackers already may have the victim's information by studying their social media, and they may have sign-in info through software hackers using the hunt for passwords and users names, some type of software that they have.
Yeah.
And then it says Bank of America issued a statement saying, we remind clients all the time, you should not provide confidential account information to unidentified individuals. Bank of America and other legitimate companies would not ask for sensitive account information such as passcodes or authentication codes. And
Right.
then they give you tips to protect yourself. They just said try to create a password for each service. Whenever you're called by the bank or something, instead of getting validation from them, hang up to call them right back. And then it said never give your codes to strangers.
Man,
So
we've run our minds crazy. Like, this is why that one world order idea is gonna work.
why?
Cause it's too much. Like, change your password and this and that. Maybe you got like 5 cards or 6 cards,
It's too
and
much.
then you have a phone, then you have like 2 computers, then you have all these things you got to change all these passwords on every day.
Yeah,
Nah, it's too much.
it's a lot because
too
they're
much.
giving us so much access to stuff. But
It's
I
because
just wanted
humans
to.
are faulty, so they're
Yeah.
trying to show that. Let's get these computers in here real quick.
So I just
Wow.
wanted to talk about that real quick. All of you Bank of America people, we just became Bank of America people actually.
We've been
And
B of
so,
A's for 2 years.
Yeah, so I'm saying we just became that since we've been here because usually we're with credit unions. And
Uh,
so I suggest a lot of you all that can get with credit unions are a little bit better to me.
Yep.
And like the article said, make sure that you protect yourself by not giving out your information because that's whack, man. The
Yeah.
Zelle was supposed to be an opportunity for people and small business owners and different things like that for us to be able to collect and send money. And if you're getting tricked now, then nobody's going to use Zelle like the whole incident that was going on with PayPal. A lot of people don't use PayPal
Cash App.
anymore, So yeah,
Everything's got
so
its,
everything.
yeah,
It has it has its fault. So you just
Right.
kind of have to, I guess, kind of play it by ear and see what's best for you. And then also I know they have a lot of programs out here where you can. It's like an identity theft type of program or something. Like whenever something goes down, they'll send you a message if you're signed up with them on when something looks awry.
Mhm.
Like if it looks like somebody checked in on a different computer, and it wasn't you or different things like that or made a purchase or whatever because they study your habits, I guess, this protection company, and then they let you know if something seems off. So that might be something to kind of look
Wow.
into, maybe. My thing keeps clicking off.
Yeah,
Anyway,
mine too. It
so
hasn't actually loaded up yet.
yeah, so I want to talk about it keeps clicking off, so I can't see if anybody's commenting or anything. But I want to talk about the last place we went to eat.
Which one?
Mama's Kitchen.
Oh yeah.
That's what we need to talk about.
You want to talk about the other place too?
What other place?
We had something else that was just not Mama's Kitchen. I just can't remember what it was.
I don't know. We're talking about Mama's Kitchen.
But let's
right
talk
now.
about
Yeah,
Mama's
'cause
Kitchen.
I don't
Which part are we gonna talk about?
talk about whatever you want to talk about,
Man.
Bob. This is
Man,
your
so
this is your jam.
man, dig. So Mama's Kitchen, man. First of all, shouts to Chef, man, for just being a quiet kind of guy who just does his thing.
Mhm.
Those kind of people, man. I like them. He wasn't a boisterous chef that comes up to your table checking on you, asking how you are, with hot breath, like old buddy.
Shut up.
Breath was hot. And he
Shut
came
up.
over, how's your food? Not good now. Hot breath.
Shut up.
But nah, hey, this food was great.
Yeah.
I got a po' boy,
Mhm.
because we were, I don't know.
We just weren't trying to
Yeah,
eat. We
because we
weren't
weren't really,
because
because it was,
it was
It was
early still,
yeah.
but we weren't really super duper hungry. We were coming from the theater that
the
we couldn't
Phil
get into.
Theater
Yeah,
tent.
yeah,
man, what'd I get? I got the cod.
yeah. Cod po'
I tried
boy
to get
sandwich.
snapper. They didn't have it.
Mhm.
It's fine. It was cod. It was amazing. And he did some sort of coleslaw situation on top of it that was super seasoned in New Orleans tasting. Put that right on top. It was so great. The loaf was like some sort of onion loaf or something. And the mac and cheese had breadcrumbs on top of it and fire.
It was.
It was fire. Sandwich was spicy. But it was fire. I recommend this place once a week for whoever likes to go eat out.
Yeah, I think
I would
that
go every week.
it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I decided to get something different from Bobby, so I got what did I get? I got the brisket po'
Yeah, the
boy,
brisket po' boy. That brisket was like butter.
and the brisket po'
Hot.
boy, yeah,
Spicy, but it was like butter.
and it had the coleslaw on it with the seasoning. But
Yeah.
I recommend most restaurants, and I still, because this happened to me last time when we talked about the restaurant that I went to in Kansas City,
Mhm.
I recommend that they let their customers know what's spicy and what's
Oh
not.
man, you got to put the jalapeno on the side of the deal. I'll say that for sure.
Because although it was good, it was spicy, and I'm not really supposed to have spicy anything,
Nah, it tears it down
because
instantly.
it really messes with my acid reflux, and so I didn't know that it was gonna be spicy, but nonetheless, it was so tasty, like I couldn't stop eating it. It
I'm
was
talking
just
about eating it all hot mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Man,
Yeah,
this is
just
so spicy.
yeah.
I'm like,
still
dude, you
eat
gonna
it.
put it down? You want to
No.
trade sandwiches? Because
Nope,
I know
I
you can't
didn't.
eat that.
I
That's
didn't.
super. It was hotter than mine. I took a bite of it. I was like, this is
But it was too amazing. It was
Mama's
too
kitchen, man.
amazing. And then instead of getting the fries, we got the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And that was fire too. So
Yeah, it
it
was.
man, so on point. And we wanted to make sure that we tried Mama's Kitchen out, because I'm going to be having an event there in a couple of weeks. So I just wanted to make sure that it was worthy
Yeah.
of me saying, hey, you guys come out and support this event. So Mama's Kitchen, 3011 West Lake Mead Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89032. Shout out to Chef Donnell, because
Chef Donnell.
it was on point. So when we go back, we're going to try something else. I wanted to try the
We need to go back for dessert.
I want to try the shrimp and grits next time too, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you know I love shrimp and grits.
You'll be eating that solo.
I know I will, because you don't like it. Anyway, but you guys, if you are just tuning in, you're listening to the Monday Night Special, The Review, and we will be right back.
There was somewhere else we ate. We ain't got too many questions asked y'all tonight.
Bobby
Do it like me, like me. Do it like me, do it like me. Do it like me, like me. Do it like me, do it like me. Do it like me, like me. Do it like me, who can do it like me? Do it like me, who can do it like me? Hey, how you do it like me? Do it like me, nigga, floating on the switch. Guarantees like great. Guarantees like great. Let's slide up on the scene. Rolling like a thug. Yeah, rolling like a thug. Yeah, I keep it extra mean. Rolling in the club. Yeah, rolling in the club. Do it like me.
Hi everybody, I'm Kenya. Welcome to Marlon's Closet. Come on in.
So you guys, we are back. If you just joined us, this is Monday Night Special, The Review by Food for the Soul, with me, Talitha Kume, and my baby big Bobby B. We're over here arguing about this doggone commercial. Hopefully
really
you guys
arguing,
enjoyed it.
but
Yeah,
just,
we weren't
you know.
fussing at me. So I'm trying to make sure that you get out there and your stuff is seen.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. I love all of the new stuff that you're doing.
I can't wait to show it.
I absolutely love all the new stuff you're doing, you guys. So, Dumu Designs has been offering their customers the best selection of products at unbeatable prices. Their online store has become synonymous with quality, fantastic merchandise like apparel, accessories, handmade face masks, handbags, jewelry, face shields, and gift sets, along with unique limited edition and seasonal items that fit any budget. Check them out online or in person and start shopping today at www.doomodesigns.com or visit them at 3010 Route 291 Highway, Suite U in Independence, Missouri, and tell them Talitha Kume sent you.
That's
So
beautiful.
that's our shout out for Dumu Designs. And
Dumu.
so you guys, we are talking about stuff, and next we are going to be talking about Las Vegas news and world news. And so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
on you, Bobby, again. This is shorter.
The Clark County School Board voted earlier this past Thursday to approve a COVID-19 vaccination mandate for employees, which will be negotiated with unions. The board heard more than 5 hours of public comments on Wednesday night before deliberating on the proposal. Dana English, a special education teacher, said she stands firmly against the vaccination mandate and is representing the majority. My health has never been the business of the CCSD and certainly is not indicative on my ability to teach, she said.
I had to talk about this because
Whoa.
we heard this on NPR first.
Yep.
That's when they first broke the news. I'm sure that the news is talking about it, but because we don't watch the news, hearing it on NPR first kind of sent me into a whole nother. I mean, like I don't know, man. I haven't been fearful. Like I haven't been, kind of just walking around like, oh my God, what are we going to do? The world's coming to an end type of feeling. I haven't been feeling like that.
Yeah.
But being out here and having them be the first school to do that, that's a big damn deal.
Yeah,
And
it's the biggest deal ever.
the reason why is because you're already lacking teachers. You're
Yeah.
already lacking teachers. And from what I read earlier today,
Mhm.
a lot of the teachers are planning a walkout tomorrow.
They already said 7,000.
Tomorrow. They're planning a walkout
Yeah.
tomorrow. So they are going to be leaving your school classrooms and you're going to be taking your children to school like always. And they're not going to have a teacher.
Mhm.
They're not going to have any supervision. So I have no clue what the CCSD plans to do. And I have no clue why they would have done some stupid shit like that. And I'm sorry.
Right.
But that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the dumbest thing that you could do. You're already, if you're mandating mask,
Mhm.
which is great, that's fine. And we know kids sometimes, they take them off, they don't take them off or whatever, but you're doing all you can do to have these little babies back in class and
Right.
back around civilization and people and all that other kind of stuff. So why would you, in your right mind, because teachers, it's kind of like you saying you care more about the students, but do you? You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
care about the students, you don't care about your damn teachers that are over the students?
Nope. We care about this 18 months that we had to come in here and do all the fiber optics in these schools so that way they can all be prepared for 6G.
Okay.
So we don't need any teachers. We're going to put screens up and these kids are going to come here and learn. Gospel, according to the education system here in Las Vegas, it's number 5 anyway. So it apparently feels like the teachers have been walking out anyway.
Not number 5, 50th.
Or 50th. I meant to say 5 like dead last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
So it's like 50th.
so in our school district, you already have these children that, America says they're not even learning.
Mhm.
Their learning curve is like way,
And it's just man,
point
it's bad.
zero
They've
compared
done
to
these kids bad here for a long time.
compared to other states. And so now you want to mandate teachers who
Yeah.
are coming, not out of the kindness of their heart, but teachers, you have to be a person who really loves children
Right.
to be a teacher, you know what I'm saying? To be in that atmosphere and care for those kids. And
Yeah.
so you're going to mandate something that some people are not comfortable doing. I just feel like that's not fair, period. And then they keep bringing up when we were mandated, because when we were in school, we had to take the polio and the measles and the flu shot and the TB shot and all sorts of kind of stuff. That's
Yeah.
very different because now I feel like in 2020, like I always talk about, our eyes have been open. So
Right.
a lot of stuff we were mandated to take or whatever, we should have been researching on it because now you have the side effects with all these damn commercials out talking about, hey, if you took this,
Yeah.
You might be entitled to this.
The box
you
wasn't
did
open
this.
yet. The box for research wasn't open yet, so
Okay.
everybody was blind.
And so now
Yeah.
that we're researching, now that is a moot point. That doesn't that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't go with what's going on now. It doesn't go with what's going on with the fact that a vaccination was made within a year, and now they suppose they're mandating you to take it, not knowing any type of side effects. And so I just feel like if people want to say they don't want to take it right now, they're not comfortable with it, then that's their right.
Yeah, I want to, say to everybody who's demonizing everybody who reads between the lines,
Yeah,
you guys need to shut up.
For
Shut
real.
up hard.
for real.
Twice. Clench
you
your
know?
teeth together till they crack.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, be quiet.
Because you're just beating everybody up because they choose to understand.
Right.
And you're just aimlessly following everybody else on on something you don't know nothing about.
Right.
It's silly.
I agree. I totally agree, because the one guy was like, well, what do you say to the teachers that are gonna walk out because they don't want to take this? And he was like, well, so long, let them go.
Yeah,
Because
I heard that jerk,
remember
man.
he was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, his shoes is probably too tight when he's saying that junk.
You know?
Let him go. It's weird to me, man.
Yeah, so
It's just too much.
I'm not excited about that. We'll come back next week and we'll let you guys know how things are going, because I've been going into schools as well too,
Right.
with my job and everything. So now it's just different rules that are going to apply, and it's going to be hard to keep people there. So now a lot of kids are probably going to be back at home,
Yeah, a lot of this
and their parents are
stuff
going to be back at home
Right.
trying to teach them because they don't have a teacher.
Yeah, speaking of that, same day we heard that first article or report about that, they were talking about how women aren't able to get jobs, and it's the women employment rate is going down. The next breath, this woman said, kids are now without people to babysit them. They don't have anybody to watch the kids now. Well, why don't some of these women who can't get jobs watch some of these damn kids?
I don't know.
What are you saying to me?
I don't know.
It's just all a bunch
yeah.
of confusion,
A
man.
bunch of confusion.
Yeah.
Bunch of contradiction, you guys. And so the world news that I wanted to talk about that doesn't have anything to do with COVID, it's
Won't he do it?
a company a company that says to limit food waste. This company connects food businesses with organizations. So I thought that this was really cool.
Yeah.
It said between 30 and 40% of the food supply in the United States ends up being wasted. This leads to the loss of billions of dollars and billions of pounds of food. At the same time, more than 10% of American households battle food insecurity, which is that's a cute name. Atlanta woman Jasmine Crow has made it her mission to address both of these issues at the same time. So Crow has long been focused on feeding those in need. She says, I started feeding people experiencing hunger and homelessness in 2013. Driving through downtown Atlanta, where she lives, she said, I saw hundreds of homeless people and I decided I wanted to help. So it led her to launch her Sunday Soul initiative. So through pop-up restaurants, she'd bring 5-course meals of soul food to Atlanta residents in need. It later expanded to other cities in the region. So despite managing the effort herself, she was still able to feed 300 to 500 people each week. After a while, she started thinking about how she could get restaurants or other businesses on board with the same food donations rather than purchasing everything herself. So her desire to address the situation and feed even more people led to the launch of her company called Goodr, Goodr, and it directs a business's surplus food to organizations that feed the food insecure. And it says Goodr arranges pickups and donations to ensure the food gets to where it's most needed. So I thought that was super dope. So basically this company, who she's gotten in other states,
Mhm.
they hook a business up, a restaurant business up, or a food business up with an organization that gives out food.
Mhm.
So if I have a restaurant business, all of my surplus that I'm going to end up throwing away, instead of me throwing it away, I'm giving it to this business that I'm connected with so that they can give it to people who need it.
So you're basically saying by reading this article, 30 minutes after reading the one about Kodak, image is everything.
Image.
Yes, because if she
So-
walked in all saggy pant and loud with gold teeth, trying to offer giving everybody free chicken baskets, they probably would shut that down too, huh?
Possibly, yeah.
Hmm.
And then possibly maybe it's because she was a business owner of a restaurant.
I always thought that excess food at restaurants went to pig farmers. I thought pig farmers bought that. Like I felt like that would be the best thing to do.
It's
They don't do that?
not that I know of. I don't know. I don't
Dang,
know
I
how
just
the
thought
process
that
works,
up.
because I never, I've never been an owner of a restaurant, nor have I worked at one. But I know that there's always excess food. I know that.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of restaurants are honorary enough to recook excess food and give it to their customers.
Yeah,
You know,
Church's Chicken back in Dallas would do it. You know what I'm saying?
you know, yeah, that's
Twice
whack.
fried chicken.
Yeah, that's whack. Twice fried chicken is not as bad as twice fried French fries.
No,
That
that's
is
horrible.
disgusting.
But they're both twice fried garbage.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be doing. That's hard to say that for.
Yeah, it is. It is hard
But-
saying that. Anyway, so I thought that was really cool, and so I wanted to highlight that Goodr, Goodr company, and
Get it.
that's cool.
That's amazing.
That's real cool.
That's gooder, but this is better. We're to my favorite part of the show, the Creator to Hate It. So if you're dope and you got some cool music that you'd like us to review and give our honest ass opinion about, go ahead and shoot that on over here and let us do that to you.
Right on at
Yep.
www.foodforthesoulmediagroup.press, and you go to Crate It or Hate It and submit your music, or email us at foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com for more information.
Creator to Hate It. Now my buddy's name is pretty silly on IG, so I'll read that to y'all in a minute, but I'm gonna call him Dario Stacks. This is
Okay.
Dario Stacks with
Let's do it.
all white.
All white statue. All white statue. All white statue. Cocaine in the statue. All white statue. All white statue. All white statue. Cocaine stats in the air.
Cut on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
All white statue. All white statue.
I'm gonna laugh.
All white
It's just a hook.
statue. Cocaine in the statue. Broke hoe don't deserve no dick. Broke hoe don't deserve no dick. Broke hoe don't deserve no dick. Tell a bitch act right. Cash out for the dick. All white statue. All white statue. All white statue. Cocaine in the statue. Medusa, Medusa. She gave me hair for Medusa. I record that shit. I'm a fucking producer. She gave me head until her nose rub. I bought that bitch in person, got her nails
Hey,
done.
Quan.
Young Coca, I been a G.
Thank
Got
you.
your hoe, she been a freak.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay.
We're
All right.
gonna jump right into it, or we have another one.
No, it's the only one we got.
Hey, my dude. See, the reason why he can get away with, first, let me say, I appreciate you just now starting to rap.
Okay.
I do appreciate that.
Okay.
The reason why he can get away with these bullshit lyrics is because the dude has a brilliant look.
Okay.
And what I say about his look is good is because I feel like he took time to put his look together.
Okay.
You know, from his hair to his bracelets
Mhm.
to everything.
Okay.
You know, so what he needs is a developer,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take him on
Okay.
and help develop his style and his rap with other writers because he
Okay.
needs it,
Okay.
because he can go. But this song right here, sir, I will tell you, it's a poor representation of what you are and what you are visually.
Okay.
So.
Okay, well, because I haven't seen him, I didn't get a chance to meet him or anything like that. Just going on basic first impression of this song.
Yeah.
The beat.
Yeah.
As far as you moving to the beat.
Right.
Because even at the end when you cut it off, you was moving to it. So it's like, oh, okay, I can move, I can bounce my head to it.
Right.
But like I was telling you at the concert the other day, or yesterday rather, a lot of times we get hooked on a beat
Mhm.
and we don't pay any attention to the lyrics.
Not a word.
So the very
Right.
first part of it, I'm like waiting. First of all, you talking about cocaine in the statue, like, okay, all right. And then so you're promoting drugs. And then
Stupid.
you go into right into, who you screwing and who screwed you.
Hey, Quan,
Who you screwing and who screwed and who gave
is he
you
there?
and who gave you dome or
Right.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I just
Got a good look.
you already know
Yeah.
the kids of today, they might think that that's cool and that's
Right.
cute and all the other kind of stuff. So it could go for other, for this generation that's out now. It could go because a lot of the stuff that they're listening to now is pretty much along the same lines.
Yeah, it's pretty much
But-
Greta Garbo.
Right. But
Right.
for me, and then at the end when he was talking about he was a producer of what? Like what?
Right.
I didn't appreciate it at all. It really hurt my ears.
Yeah.
I don't, all that stuff. You
Yeah.
got to talk about something.
It has to tie
You have to
in.
talk about something meaningful.
Yeah.
Even if you were cursing and doing all that and you told a story.
Mhm.
I appreciate rappers who are able to tell stories and flip words.
Right.
That's cool to me. So if you flip a word or you're able to metaphorically put some stuff together that makes me be like, that was dope how he said that.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
And then if you're able to tell a complete story, not just about getting head or screwing somebody, but tell me a story, then I can buy into it a little bit better. Even if it's trashy sounding,
Yeah.
or even if your rap is not that tight. I like his sound though. That's the
I'm
only thing
saying
I
the
can say
sound
about
and
it.
his look
His
is 3.
sound is
It's
all
2
right.
out of 3. If we get Star
that's
K
Mhm.
and Ella to write for him,
Yeah.
he's good. He's gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, change that up because I can't listen to that. And I wouldn't, and I wouldn't want you representing nobody like
He's
that.
he's new to the rap scene, so he's trying to figure out where he's at.
Okay.
And I think that, just hearing all these other weak ass influences.
Yeah.
And he absorbs it and puts it out there.
Okay.
But
So
he's bigger than that. I'm gonna tell him that straight up tomorrow morning when I see him. You're bigger than that, brother.
okay. So it's almost 8:00.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So 5 mics, 1 to 5.
On the content and everything, just
yeah.
one mic.
1 mic.
On the
Okay.
content, yeah.
On everything, I'm probably going to give him 1 mic as well. We didn't give any forks on the Mama's Kitchen either. I got 5 on them.
Yeah, I'll give him 6.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you guys, we are done. I'm so sorry we are running over time. Join us Friday for our Fan Friday movie, Really Love, starring Kofi Siriboe and Yutha Wong Lo Sing. I don't even know if I pronounced that right.
Boy,
But if
the
you haven't
names.
seen it, check it out on Netflix so you can join the conversation. We're talking love and relationships. What will you do to make your relationship work? We thank
Oh.
you guys for tuning in. Quan, do we have time to do our Okay. So
You don't
we're
even
gonna
play
go
no
with
beat for mine.
we're gonna
You
go
can
with
just be
I
straight
said
plain.
it. No,
No
I want
beat.
to beat for mine. So
So you going first?
yeah, I said no. You can go.
Oh, go ahead. I'll go first every time.
Okay, well, I'll
Yeah.
go first. All right, so why should you care? Investing in our future is great, but is it only when we want to put them on display? Every show doesn't need a what about the children moment when it's about grown folks. I'm sorry, but come get these kids. Time out for stroking egos if what's being taught is a watered down version of inclusion just so everyone gets a trophy at the end of the day. No. Really learn a skill, get in your lane, or by the time you're an adult, you'll be failing at every job, blaming everyone else for your inability to see the laziness in your efforts. The world system will never be fair to us, so what do? No answers here, but if we all work together and freely give knowledge as we gain it, maybe, just maybe, we won't catch ourselves slipping on ignorant loopholes we are not privy to. Rappers giving back is cool, but if you're going to keep killing innocence and reputations and a whole race with your lyrics, you can keep that gift.
Boom.
How are you helping when you're not helping? 2 sides to every story. As the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Think about the latter and whichever group you're in as you throw away your trash. Your trash may be another person's lifeline.
Boom. That was really beautiful.
Thank you.
That was fire.
Thank you.
Man, here we go.
Okay.
Shout. There's something so surreal and gratifying about seeing your designs walking confidently in public. Even more so when you ain't had to pay them to do it, gift them, or sell it to them directly. That is a powerful, powerful boost of confidence. This is fuel unlike any other. This surpasses entertaining fake friends and post likers. This takes you outside. Shouts to Marlon's Closet for being that right type of blessing. Kenya, you are amazing at what you do. And unlike the bum we finna review on Friday, I want to thank Talitha. Thank you for absorbing my tears on your shoulder. Thank you for being the woman of the creator. For letting me learn how to excel in my freedom. For not throwing me in the streets. For making a mistake. Pause. Let's cool off with that silly shit. Where in the Hollywood TV did you clowns learn to do this? Do you do that shit to your kids? Would you throw your elderly mom out in the street because she can't stop messing up her Depends? Yeah. You one-time that's it ass jokers. You need to be saved. Learn to teach and learn to correct, and correction will happen. You dumb, give up, you buster. I digress. I'm sorry. You're wonderful.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. So that's why you let me go first. Oh, you make me cry.
Thank
Tune in every week, Mondays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Vegas Hype Media and on our FB page and YouTube station. Also, we're looking for sponsors. So if you like what you hear every week, consider sponsoring a show or your business with us. And if you want to be a guest on the show, we're looking for you to hit us up at foodfortheshowpresents@gmail.com. Stay tuned in for the new show segments as we bring you the latest. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by Marlin's Closet, Dumu Designs Boutique, and Orlay Worldwide. Stay tuned in at 8:30 for the Flavor in Your Ear podcast coming up next, and we will holla.